Normally, crash testing takes place in state-of-the-art research facilities. But for this test, we're going to use some waste ground and a dirty, great big crane. To find out which of these cars is the toughest, we're going to hoist them and then drop them. Got it? Good. Being dropped from 30 feet is the equivalent of driving head-on into a wall at 30 miles an hour. Which do you think will withstand the crash best? The legendary German build quality of the BMW 3 Series, or the Mitsubishi Lancer, or a humble Ford Escort? Each has been given a clean bill of health by our tame mechanic, Paul, and me. One scientific measuring stick. Before the drop, we measured the cars so we'd be able to tell which crumpled the most.
13 foot 9.
14 foot 4.
14 feet exactly.
Great. Drop on. One by one, the cars lined up to meet their maker. The specially designed winch and harness was attached, and as we weren't being too scientific, I took control of the crane. Under the supervision of a grown-up, of course. As the cars smacked into the concrete, I was shocked by the ferocity of the impact. The cars looked pretty sorry for themselves, but which had crumpled most? And would any of them actually start? We sifted through the remains. First up, the BMW.
Got a bit of sump.
A bit of sump.
Broken steering rack.
Okay. Course, truth. The force of the impact had travelled through the car, buckling the roof and popping out the rear window. Inside, it looks pretty okay. The cabin seemed relatively intact. The windscreen was fine and the pedals were still in the right place. What have we got under there then, Paul?
Just bent steel. Lots of bent steel.
The Mitsubishi Lancer was in a much worse state, with more signs of cabin intrusion and bent pedals. Okay.
Escort.
The Escort looked in a bad way, but it was the only one with an opening bonnet. Well, the engine itself doesn't look
It doesn't look bad at all, does it?
No. Well, again, the cabin itself seems to have survived okay.
Yeah.
We whipped out the tape measure to see which car had crumpled the most. Okay. Surprisingly, they'd all deformed by a similar amount. The Lancer, though, had lost the most length. It was 1 foot 11 inches shorter than before.
11 foot 11.
Yes. In second place, the Escort. It had 1 foot 10 inches knocked out of it, and the toughest car by an inch was the old BMW. The 30-foot drop had knocked just 1 foot 9 inches off its length. But there was one more important question to be answered. Will any of them start, do you reckon?
The BMW definitely no.
Okay.
It's got a great big hole in the engine.
Yep.
The Mitsubishi definitely no. It's smashed all the side of the engine off. But this one, I think we can get this one going.
Bits are falling off it, Paul. Paul gave it his best shot, but it seemed the drop had been too much for the Escort. Shall I keep going? He wouldn't give up, and 15 minutes later he got it running. Amazingly, the Escort was drivable, so there you have it. Old Escorts, tougher than you think.